Hey, this is Tuya. For this week's episode, I invited Mountain, an artist and event organizer who resisted the military coup from the ASI. Mountain, welcome to DVB Foundation.
Hi, I am a self-made artist. At the same time, I'm also a student. I started resisting the military coup from my inner small part, which is related to art and music. As an artist, I used text and photography as my medium, but I have a passion in music, so I used the power of music to amplify the voices of Myanmar people inside the country since the coup. Yeah.
What makes you become an artist? What makes you interested?
For me, art is a new universe where you can forget some social norms and prejudice inside the society. So for me, art is a never-ending universe where you can start your new life and where you can briefly express all of your feelings and emotions in different forms. I found poetry as my first medium to express my feeling and to create new things. And then I found photography. Through these two mediums, I expressed what I've known in this world. But later, I lost myself and I found what is art and what I want to do and how I want to do for a long time. But after the coup, what I needed to make as a first priority is to find myself, and then finding myself again, and then I found art again.
I'm also a photographer. Did you organize any event when you were in Myanmar?
In Myanmar, yes. Before the coup, I organized music events, especially underground music scenes, with a lot of friends. For the event, we want to create a stage for underground musicians because the mainstream media and mainstream music scene is filled with popularism. Since that time, me and my friends, we realized the value of unpopular opinions and through the voices. So we encourage underground musicians, and then we created a platform where the artist can meet the audience without any barrier.
When the coup happened on the February 1st, 2021, how do you feel about it?
The first thought came to my mind is I started thinking okay, how many next decades we have to suffer the military regime again? And then when the coup happened, everyone became alert. Anyone has their own agenda to revolt and then to express their voices, to express their feelings. So since that time, I realized that okay, this is not a short trip. Yeah, that will be a long journey. So since then, I felt very sad, and then I almost lost my hope. But day by day, I reflected myself and then talked with friends and we exchanged feelings. And then I realized that that is one thing that we must not drop, that is the hope. Yeah, I felt very sad, but at the same time, I have to nurture my hope.
When you decided to leave the country, how do you feel about it?
The decision to leave the country came together with my fear, because I love freedom. At the same time, I've grown up with the fear, because inside the family too, the parents, they're overprotective. So I didn't have the chance to express my feeling, my desire. Instead of that, I have to always afraid and fear that how parents will see me and how they will scold me, that kind of things. So when the coup happened, and as I said, I started connecting and coordinating between the artists and some media newsletters, radio FM. So there are a lot of artworks that should be spread between the public at the time with a strong message and motivation. But the artists themselves, they have to also think of their security first, so they cannot release them with their real name. These songs or artworks or piece of writing that should be spread at the time. So I started the coordinating between the media and then the artists, and also the audience. So I supplied the song program for a FM that founded since after the coup, and then I collaborated I coordinated between the illustrators and the newsletters, because the newsletters have articles, opinions, but they also need to add visual components to attract the attention of the audience, the public. Yeah. So while I was doing these things, I felt unsafe for myself first. But like we were doing a lot of things mostly online, so I have the confidence that if we focused on the digital security as a priority, like we can still have the security backup. But later on, like my thoughts became concerned with the family members. So even I can do like safely, and I can wander around the city, like moving different places, but my family, they still have to leave the country. So that fear forced me to leave the country when a newsletter related with me was declared as an official publication somehow. So, and then I decided now is the time to leave the country, because I have the fear of being arrested, and also I have the fear that I couldn't do these things sustainably. So that's why I decided, yeah. When the decision came, first I have to think, I had to leave my room, and then I had to leave my friends, and then my homies, the place where I grew up, And I consider that I had to leave these things, and also uncertain about the duration. What I fear most is if I cannot do these little things that I can contribute, I'm afraid that I cannot do these things, yeah.
Did you stop by the police or immigration?
Yeah, actually nothing happened because I was not on the list, and also I think the military, they haven't identified who are running these things. There was not any obstacle at the airport, but I've never flew from Myanmar before, so that became my first international trip, and also like first time of passing the immigration. So the biggest thing is the insecurity. Even before leaving the country, in 1 or 2 weeks, I felt a lot of insecurity, like feeling that someone is always watching me, or what if police raid the place that I have been hiding at that time. A lot of different things, and also when I passed the immigration, that is the most insecure time for me.
Right now, there's a lot of music concert and events going on inside Myanmar. So, and a lot of people are blaming, mostly from people from ASI community, they blaming the people who are celebrating or having fun. So upon that, how do you feel about it? Do you have any disagreement?
My belief on revolution is that revolution is you are destroying the sick system, at the same time you are building a new society, new system. So obviously people who have to leave the country, who were forced to displace and relocate, They also have difficulties, that is the truth. And also at the same time, people who still have to be inside the country, they also have the real actual hardships that is happening inside the country that we can only see in the news. We have to consider about the feeling, emotions, and also the daily life of the people inside the country. Yes, there are a lot of activities that youth involved happening in the country, like music concerts, and also some gatherings, and I see a lot of different changes in the music scene, underground music scene in Myanmar currently. For me, I appreciate these movements, these activities. A lot of masterpieces, they arise from these hardships and the wartime. Whatever happens, art and creation should not be stopped. Throughout the history, our country has always faced with that freedom of expression, and also artists, creators. So what they want to do and how they support the community or society is by creating their art. We have to consider that the movement and activities in any way should not be supportive to the military region and their propaganda. That is the most important. And also the hardship that artists are facing now, it will be the censorship. I appreciate the music and art scene that is happening inside the country for two reasons. The one is art should not be stopped and creation should not be stopped. If an artist creates a poem or a picture or a painting that tells more than 1,000 words, I believe that art should not be stopped inside their country. But at the same time, the artist and the organizer have to take care of which venue they are doing the concert, or which kind of sponsor do they have to take. Are they military backed or are they military owned? We have to deal with that. Democracy